Jim Rutherford does not like to wait. The San Jose Sharks have acquired Kiefer Sherwood in exchange for Macklin Celebrini. Okay, no. This is fake. This is not it. This is Jim Leahy, Hockey Night in Canada. Canucks tweeted the wrong return. Yeah, no, this is a joke. The Canucks didn't get Macklin Celebrini. Kiefer Sherwood, though, he is a San Jose Shark. This is the real return. The Canucks have traded Kiefer Sherwood to the San Jose Sharks in exchange for Cole Clayton, a 2026 second, and a 2027 second. Is that what the Vancouver Canucks were expecting? Probably not. They wanted a first-round pick for Kiefer Sherwood. They weren't able to get it. They ended up getting 2 second-round picks and Cole Clayton instead. This is unfortunate, but it's just the tale of the market. As Rick Dhaliwal went out there and said on Donnie and Dolly, the Canucks tried hard to get a first-round pick. The market just wasn't there. Unfortunate, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Kiefer Sherwood is a San Jose Shark, and honestly, I'm really happy for the guy. He is going over to an electric team with a lot of upward potential. Sherwood is 30 years old. He's going over to San Jose without an extension, I think. Yeah, let's go out there and see. This is what Saravalli went out there and said. Sherwood arrives in San Jose without a contract extension in place. Teams interested in the player ballparked his next deal somewhere in the 5 by 5.5 range, give or take a year and or a couple of bucks. If Kiefer Sherwood gets 5 times 5.5, then absolutely congratulations to Kiefer freaking Sherwood, right? 30 years old, 6 feet, 194, right-handed guy. His goal per game pace was decreasing by the day, but there was a period where he was on pace for 60 goals on the year, 17 goals in 44 games played and 23 total points. The guy hasn't really gotten any assists this year, but he has been a shooting machine. He has been shooting well above his career average in shooting percentage, and he was able to match his career high in NHL goals in a season, 19, in significantly fewer games, like 30 fewer. So Kiefer Sherwood obviously was doing some really good work with the Vancouver Canucks this year. He was the team's top goal scorer. He was one of the most impactful offensive players, despite the fact that he did kind of disappear for a little bit. Very streaky this season, Kiefer Sherwood was. He started the year off super hot, a goal every few games here and there, multi-goal performances to put him atop the NHL in overall goals. But then he started to go quiet, and this is not his fault. The Vancouver Canucks are absolutely terrible, so it wasn't really going to be up to Sherwood as to whether or not a guy that was signed to be a fourth liner would continue to produce offensively. But the fact that that is what Kiefer Sherwood was signed to being, a fourth liner out of Nashville, a guy who had 27 points in 68 games in his last year as a Predator and who bugged the hell out of the Canucks in the playoffs. He came over to Vancouver, had a 40-point year, and this season, he's on pace for a little bit more than that. I mean, maybe roughly the same if you average out the assists, but 17 goals in 44 games is absolutely nothing to scoff at, and the fact that Vancouver turned a fourth-line caliber guy into 2 seconds and Cole Clayton, I'd say is a pretty good move. Now, if you move focus over to the Vancouver return, yeah, they wanted a first, they couldn't get one, 2 seconds and Cole Clayton. Cole Clayton, if you're hoping for anything out of him, he is going to report to the Abbotsford Canucks. That's what GM Patrick Allvin went out there and said. As an organization, we take a lot of pride in giving Sherwood the opportunity to grow and excel as a player. Given where things currently stand and the direction of our rebuild, we felt it was necessary to make a move like this as we continue to build our pipeline. In addition to adding 2 draft picks, Cole is a right-shot defenseman who will report to Abbotsford. So, Cole Clayton, he's 25 years old, 6'2", 198, a right-handed guy, and he's been playing in the AHL this entire time. First with Cleveland, and then with San Jose, with the Barracuda. He was a Medicine Hat Tiger, so nice connection there to the dub. And now he'll be heading over to Abbotsford. So the fact that he's 25, yeah, this guy's probably not really going to have a super amazing long-term NHL future. But if he comes over to Abbotsford and helps out that struggling AHL team, then there's a lot of value in that. I get it. Cole Clayton getting added in this trade is not necessarily the biggest long-term rebuilding move that you could have expected. But look, I'm not going to get ticked off at the Vancouver Canucks for trying to improve their AHL team, just considering the circumstances of Abby and the fact that their roster has been so depleted this season. So many injuries for the Abbotsford Canucks this year. Half the gosh darn team is with the Vancouver Canucks. They're last place in the Pacific Division here. It's not good for Abbotsford after just winning the championship last year. So Cole Clayton, I get it. He's an extra throw-in. You're not necessarily getting too much value out of him long-term, but he needed to come over here. There needed to be some sort of support. And with the second-round pick, 2 second-round picks, it makes this the first rebuilding trade of the post-Quinn Hughes era. Good to see draft capital prioritized. Vancouver also took back an expensive minor league contract to juice the return. They doubled up on what comparable players like Brandon Tanev and Anthony Beauvillier returned in 2025. This is what Josh Elliott-Wolf said. With the Canucks trade, the Canucks currently hold the first overall pick, the 26th overall pick from Minnesota, the 32nd overall pick, and the 44th overall pick from San Jose. And that's not even to mention the second-round pick that the Canucks got next year in 2027 as well. The rest of the season and a lottery will move these around a bit, but obviously it's a really good place to be for a rebuilding team. So if this is where the Canucks are, then hey, I kind of like that. Having 2 picks in the first 2 rounds this year, the Canucks haven't done that in a long freaking time. Jamie Dodd tweeted this out. If the Canucks keep all of these picks, they'll make 4 selections in the top 2 rounds of the draft this year. From 2022 to 2025, they only made 4 picks total in the top 2 rounds. Now that is absolutely insane. Vancouver was consistently trading away their firsts and their seconds. 4 picks in the top 2 rounds in the span of 4 drafts, 22, 23, 24, and 25. 2026 is the year of the Canucks, baby. 4 draft picks in the first 2 rounds of the selection. Now, let's end off the video by talking about Kiefer Sherwood, the guy, and what he had to say. Brendan Batchelor tweeted this out earlier in the morning. A visibly emotional Kiefer Sherwood thanks the city of Vancouver and the Canucks for his time here when meeting the media. Talked about how much it meant to him that the fans chanted his name here. He also thanked Canucks management for getting the deal done now. He and his wife are expecting their first child in April, and he wanted to be settled well in advance of his baby girl's arrival. This trade gives him a chance to do that. And for me personally, I saw Kiefer Sherwood's very first NHL hat trick live in the building. I was there. It was an amazing experience. The game against the Colorado Avalanche, I'm just trying to go out there and find it. It was this season, right? Yeah, 24-25. But the Vancouver Canucks had themselves a really good one in Kiefer Sherwood, a guy who put it all on the line. He was relentless. He put in so much effort into the forechecking and into the goal scoring. Here it is. I saw Kiefer Sherwood's hat trick live. This was my first Canucks game, actually, in a long time, and it was a really special one. JT Miller was in the building. We chanted Kiefer Sherwood. Lots to like out of that moment. And now he's going to be a San Jose Shark. So go out there and join Jannik Hansen on the list of Canucks-turned-Sharks legends. Kiefer Sherwood, thank you for your time in Vancouver. We'll take the 2 second-round picks. I wish it was Macklin Celebrini, but no, that's not the case. Thoughts in the comment section below about Kiefer Sherwood over to the San Jose Sharks in exchange for Cole Clayton and 2 second-round picks. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.